Good morning, folks. Today is Wednesday, January 6th, 2016, and the time is 7:15 a.m. We are here on the south shore of Long Island, New York, and we are now facing to the southeast, watching the January 6th sunrise come up over the tree line and over the body of water to the front of us here. Another beautiful morning here on Long Island. 10 degrees right now, cold, but no wind, therefore no wind chill factor, so 10 degrees is what you have and 10 degrees is what you feel. Anyway, I'm just going to let this run a little bit, pan around here, and I'll try to describe a little bit of what you're seeing. Thank you for joining, folks. Thank you for joining, good people. Okay, here's a view looking due south out of the bodies of water here in our little community across what is known as Moriches Bay to the Fire Island Barrier Beach, Fire Island, and that is what protects us from the North Atlantic Ocean. It's a 40 or 50 mile long beach of sand dunes, about maybe half a mile wide on average. Dunes raise up 20 feet, 30 feet in some spots, and that separates us from the Atlantic, so we have all these little saltwater bays then on the north side of the barrier beach. Now let's pan back here. I'm holding this for you folks who are watching here and what's going on. This is an iPad mini 2. And I have the iPad in a keyboard case, so I'm holding it in my hands. I'm trying to hold it as steady as possible. Thanks for joining. So I apologize if there is just a little bit of camera jitter or shake, but we'll keep it in this landscape format or widescreen format for you, just as we watch the sun come up through the tree line. Now this is the view to the southeast. I'm going to swing back a little bit. Now this view with this tree in the center, I'm pointing basically south-southeast. Thanks for joining. And you can get some feel for how the dawn sky color changes from east to west as the sun comes up. And soon, thank you for joining. And the sun will soon start to illuminate the waters of Moriches Bay. So you'll see the sun streaks on there. Hey, thanks for joining, folks. For those of you just joining, we're in Center Moriches, Long Island, New York. The time is about 7:20 Eastern Standard Time, and we're watching the sunrise on this beautiful January morning here on the east coast of the country. I know a lot of my West Coast California friends are obviously still in bed right now, so they won't see this real time. Very peaceful right now, very few sounds. The few birds that are around are starting to get active. You'll hear them chirping. swinging the camera over this direction. To the right side of the screen you'll see a flagpole, and if you view past that flagpole, that's basically looking due south toward Moriches Bay, Fire Island Barrier Beach, and on the other side of the beach, the Atlantic Ocean. Thanks for joining. Thank you very much for joining. Okay, here again is the sunrise coming up through the tree line. The sky will start to turn this golden color now. Not as many reds today. Sometimes we have quite a few reds in the sky, depending upon the moisture of the air. Thanks for joining, folks, and thanks for watching this morning. It was so cold overnight that an ice layer has formed on the water that we see in front of us, which is known as Senix Creek. It's a saltwater tidal estuary, but even though it's salt, a mix of salt water and fresh water, because it was so cold overnight, we did get a layer of ice on top of it. First time this season. I don't know if you can make that out or not down there, but you'll see there's some clear water. I'm running what's called an ice eater. It's a little canister with a propeller that brings warmer water up from the bottom up to the surface, and it keeps that area ice free. So all of those pilings down there don't pop up when the tide comes up and lifts the ice up. It is cold. See, it's about 10 degrees Fahrenheit. That's the extent of my Spanish, amigo, but when I saw frio, we knew that word, and yeah, it's cold. What's up? Well, the sun is up. The sun is coming up right over that house over there. And we're watching the sunrise. Well, thank you very much. It is beautiful this morning. Thank you for joining, Perishka. Yeah, it's a very beautiful morning because there are no clouds in the sky this morning. Although sometimes when you have the clouds, you get the sun rays and you get the multicolor sunrise. Hello. Hello to you, folks. Well, good for you. That's no big deal. What does that have to do with the price of tea in China? Okay. Good. Glad to meet someone from China. Are you in China right now, or are you here? Good morning. But if you're in China, it's good evening now, right? Or good night. Hong Kong. Okay, very good. Only know Hong Kong from photos and from YouTube and things, but obviously a beautiful city and a beautiful corner of the world. So hello to you from the East Coast of the United States of America. We're in New York, the state of New York, on the Long Island, 65 miles east of Manhattan. From what I've seen in pictures, yes, Shanghai is a beautiful place also. Thank you for joining, folks. Okay, that's our sun is about all up above the tree horizon now. Oh, well, your English, I'm sure, with practice, it is good. You keep practicing. My Chinese is horrible, like zero words of Chinese. And I do have a small Spanish vocabulary, but very small. In other words, to our Spanish-speaking friends out there right now, buenos dias, amigos. ¿Cómo está? Okay, folks, I'm going to sign off now, and thank you for joining. We're going to sign off now. The sun is up. This was a short broadcast of sunrise today. So, thank you for joining. Okay, if I remember my lessons now, to shut down, swipe down. So, swipe down, stop broadcast. Goodbye, everybody.